John McAfee vivió una vida de película, desde el inicio de su carrera como programador informático hasta el invento que le proporcionó una inmensa fortuna, el famoso antivirus que lleva su nombre. Una vida llena de extravagancias y en sus últimos años también de polémicas.
Wake up, people. Be very cautious. Who you give power to.
Jenice McAfee es su viuda y ha hablado para el país. Año y medio después del fallecimiento de su marido, la que fuera mujer del excéntrico millonario sigue empeñada en esclarecer los motivos de una muerte ocurrida en circunstancias, según ella, todavía sin aclarar.
And that's not to besmirch the Spanish courts or anyone here. It's just that I would like to have the information for myself as opposed to having to just trust their word for it.
Desde su fallecimiento el 23 de junio de 2021, el cuerpo de McAfee sigue en una morgue en Barcelona, en el Instituto de Medicina Legal y Ciencias Forenses de Cataluña. De acuerdo con la autopsia, John McAfee se suicidó en su celda de la prisión barcelonesa de Cambrians. Sin embargo, el informe sigue sin convencer a Jenice. La viuda del multimillonario ha apelado ante los tribunales, convencida de que la autopsia no fue lo suficientemente exhaustiva. Quiere que se amplíe o que se realice una segunda prueba de manera independiente.
At least like to know or have an opportunity to find out what exactly transpired so that I can, just be at peace with that. That's all. Not to challenge anything, but I just want to have the information. They informed us it would take 6 to 8 months for a response to come. So October of last year would have been the 8th month. And now here we are, January 2023. I'm still waiting for their response to the appeal. And it's difficult to not feel that this is intentionally cruel and intentionally inhumane what they are doing. I understand that I've filed appeals. I understand that, and it takes time, but look how much time it's been.
Igual que su vida, su muerte también estuvo rodeada de polémica. En 2019 declaró que no había pagado impuestos durante 8 años, lo que desencadenó una orden de búsqueda y captura contra él por parte del gobierno de Estados Unidos. McAfee acabó siendo arrestado en Barcelona en 2020, después de manifestar en diversas ocasiones que querían matarle e incluso de llegar a tuitear que si alguna vez aparecía muerto y se afirmaba que había sido un suicidio, sería falso.
I can speculate, I have speculated, but I don't want to do that here. I just want the information so that I can know. I can just say that he probably had a difficult time in prison, I would imagine. As far as his death goes, I don't know. Again, no one knows, but they do. The people that perform the autopsy report, they know, and all I'm asking for is for that report, so I too can know.
En el momento de la detención de John, el matrimonio McAfee vivía en la provincia de Tarragona. A ambos se les vinculó entonces con un hotel, reconvertido en una granja de criptomonedas. Al intentar pasar un control de seguridad en el aeropuerto del Prat, McAfee fue arrestado por los cargos que pesaban contra él por evasión de impuestos en Estados Unidos. Ahora, Jenice pone en duda que existiese una orden de detención en vigor cuando fue arrestado.
There weren't any warrants for him. He was able to show his passport everywhere, and he had never had a problem. He was never stopped. He was never taken into questioning or anything. So for him, he was just, going to travel to see friends. We left America in January of 2019, and during that entire time, we were traveling to different countries. We traveled to the Bahamas, we traveled to Cuba, the Dominican Republic, and then we traveled to the United Kingdom, Spain, Italy, Germany, many countries, and he never had a problem, not once. And he showed his passport in these places, and he never had an issue until this last time. So, irrespective of what the official report is, the fact is that we traveled freely, and he didn't have any problems.
Years ago, I had some beautiful software, and they took it over. I don't know what they did. It was like the time I hired that.
¿Había dilapidado McAfee su fortuna antes de su muerte? Algunas publicaciones apuntan a que efectivamente realizó peculiares inversiones que le llevaron a perder una gran cantidad de su dinero. Lo cierto es que el magnate murió sin dejar testamento. Sí se sabe, sin embargo, que la única hija de McAfee insiste en que Jenice y él estaban divorciados en el momento de su fallecimiento.
I'm not in any legal battle with anyone. I'm just seeking to get the information that, just to know what happened to John. As far as our relationship, we were still husband and wife. That's what he considered me. I was his wife and he was my husband, and we still live together as a couple. I'm sure he had crypto. Where it is, or how much he had, I don't know. But his finances were just that. They were his finances, and what he chose to share with me, he did. There's no money to have, I just want to know what happened to John. That's all. I'm not looking for money. I've here been spending my own money.
So I'll tell you why you're here. I had originally intended to...
Los últimos años de su vida, McAfee estuvo envuelto en diversos escándalos. El más grave, la acusación de asesinato de un vecino suyo en Belice, lo que le llevó a una precipitada huida en barco del país. El magnate se convirtió entonces en un obseso de la seguridad, hasta lo paranoide.
He was responsible for his own safety, and so he took the necessary measures to make sure that he protected himself. And yes, that required having security around that were armed. He had very dangerous enemies. He made enemies of the cartel, Sinaloa cartel. He was very aware of the threats against his life, and sometimes he shared that with myself or the security to let them know what might possible dangers we might encounter.
One of the shoe is not clean.
El historial de excentricidades de John McAfee es extenso, lo de menos sus innumerables declaraciones fuera de tono, o sus pretensiones de postularse a ocupar la presidencia de la Casa Blanca en 2015. Lo más grave, la investigación contra él por asesinato, las acusaciones por delitos económicos e incluso por fabricación de drogas.
Since that time, I've been continually harassed by the government. They have attempted to charge me with every crime, ranging from running an antibiotics laboratory without a license, to hiring security guards without a license, to having improper paperwork for my company, and most recently, the murder of my neighbor. I had to leave, but the story has to get out.
La figura de quien fuera una mente privilegiada para la informática, la ciberseguridad y la mensajería instantánea se ha visto eclipsada por el escándalo, incluso después de su muerte.
I think history will be kind to him. Maybe for those people who didn't really like him, he was a very polarizing figure, and so you either hated him or you loved him. And so those people that hate him will continue to do that. I think his legacy speaks for itself, and I think that people, if they are interested in wanting to know more about him beyond the scandals, there's definitely information there.